Oh no. I told you this was gonna happen. I told you. Alright, welcome to Comic Artist Pro Secrets. You're listening to me, Ethan Van Sciver, 25-year veteran in the comic book industry, illustrator of Professor Jordan B. Peterson's 12 Rules for Life, creator of Cyberfrog Blood Honey, the biggest crowdfunded comic book of all time, world's most charming man, great big Star Wars fan. Great to be here. Hey, maybe you noticed the new format of the video, and I'm going to ask you guys what you think. Let me know in the comments. Would you rather I start making videos like this? Apparently you really liked the way I edited my now deleted Star Wars video called SJW Star Wars Fandom Sex Abuse Scandal Part 1 Shipping Swank Motron. What a great title. Now, the other thing is, people are asking me what happened. Alright, so I have endeavored to make my first 3-part documentary about something very sad and something that's very strange that's going on within the Star Wars community. Not this Star Wars community, not the sane, rational people, the SJW Star Wars community. There is a very, very strange bit of kind of hashtag MeTooism and sexual harassment and even sexual assault allegations going on over there. It is a tangled web. I have done hours and hours and hours of research, and I believe I have come to a conclusion of my own, but I would like to present you guys the information in a 3-part video series called Sex Abuse, Star Wars Sex Abuse Scandal. Now, the first episode went up, and look, we started talking about a fellow named Brian Young. Somebody, guess who, struck the video down for bullying and harassment. Now, I don't feel like the video was bullying at all, but I did appeal the video. I think this is too serious of a subject. I think it's something that is in the public eye. It's open to scrutiny. You guys should be able to see this information all in one place rather than stumbling across it all over Twitter, all over the internet. It's everywhere. It's all public. These are public figures that this involves within the Star Wars community. So that was my plan, to upload this in 3 parts, and by the end of it, give you guys a really clear picture of all of the evidence and let you guys make up your own minds about what's really going on here. And then, there you go. But I can't do that on YouTube if they are going to strike down the videos and give this channel strikes. So what I'm going to do is I've appealed the video strike. I've appealed it. If they put it back, that's great. I'm trusting YouTube to do the right thing. But maybe they won't do that. And if that's the case, I'm going to follow you guys' advice. And I've gotten a lot of advice from people saying, start mirroring your content somewhere like BitChute or something like that. Okay, alright, well, I will do that. I will make sure that you guys get to see this video in one way or another. I'd prefer that it's on YouTube. And if it is, you're going to get parts 1, 2, and 3 right here on my YouTube channel. But if not, fear not. I am going to upload 1, 2, and 3 somewhere else because, again, I want you guys to see this information. I think it's pretty instructive, okay? I really do. So let me know what you think about that in the comments below. By the way, check and see if you're still subscribed as well. I'm hearing a lot of people saying they're involuntarily unsubscribed from my channel. I feel like I might be being punished somehow in the algorithm for that video. Okay, so having said all that, let's move on to the new video and what we're talking about today, because I told you about this. I told you they were going to do this. It was definitely going to happen because at the moment, Lucasfilm is running out of options. They've hired 3 different people. All right, you've got the 2 guys from Game of Thrones, and then you've got Rian Johnson, and these guys are each working independently on their own trilogies. These trilogies are going to take place outside of the Skywalker saga. How is that going to work exactly? I don't know. There's nothing, to me, there's not a lot that's interesting outside of Rebels versus the Empire or something interchangeable, and the Skywalker characters and all interrelated characters. So I predicted that with the Alden Ehrenreich situation, they were going to actually recast everyone. They have Han Solo already. They have people. They have a Lando Calrissian. They've got Dong Lover for Lando Calrissian. He'll come back, I'm sure. And I'm positive that they are going to recast Princess Leia. And now, as it turns out, look, we're boasting. and this is kind of, you know what, Screen Rant, you're being a little bit tongue-in-cheek here. You're being a little bit silly. Lucasfilm has recast all the main heroes of the Star Wars original trilogy, which may well prepare for the way for a different kind of spinoff. I think you're trolling a little bit here. What happened was last week a photograph emerged. Photograph from like 2013. Was it? No, 2015. Of J.J. Abrams recasting Luke Skywalker. It wasn't Mark Hamill. Not at all. It was a guy by the name of Robert Bolter, and he looked ridiculous. We made fun of that for a long time. He did look silly. But also, of course, you've got Princess Leia, who looks like a plastic. She looks like a wax. What is going on in this picture? Why does she? Does it look like she's got like something stuffed, like in her mouth? Like it looks like she's got. I don't know. I don't know why they can't do this. I really don't understand why they can't do CGI and make people's mouths look normal. The eyes look okay. The nose looks a little bit iffy. But that mouth, I don't know. It looks like she's packing like Kleenex underneath her gums there. It looks really, really strange. And teeth look weird too when they start talking. It's all a very, very high-tech video game. It looks like video game graphics. It does not look. I mean, I'm hoping that someday they actually get this technology to work, because I'd very much like to see it work. But they haven't gotten there yet. Anyway, this article here is basically predicting that, it's time to recast the original characters so that you can tell more Skywalker stories without using the original cast. Harrison Ford not willing to come back. Not willing to do any more for some reason. I don't know what. I admire Harrison Ford an awful lot. I really like this guy. I really enjoy Harrison Ford. He's been my idol for as long as I can remember, but for some reason, he is not playing ball with his biggest role. And I'm sorry, Han Solo is his biggest role. Indiana Jones is the second biggest role. Han Solo is too important, and he just doesn't seem to want to do it. He doesn't want to seem to do it. Now, this guy that's playing Luke Skywalker right now looks absolutely ridiculous. I really don't think... First of all, I think he looks like a munchkin. Not a munchkin, he looks like a hobbit. He looks like a weird little hobbit guy. But there's another guy who I think can actually do it. A guy whose name is Sebastian Stan, I think. Sebastian Stan. Is that who we want for Luke Skywalker or no? I mean, he plays Bucky. He plays Bucky in the Avengers movies, in the Captain America movies. I think he's pretty close, and I think that might be somebody who you want to think about if you're ever going to cast Luke Skywalker. And frankly, I don't see any other way. They have done this before. I mean, listen, movies have suddenly recast actors mid-movie franchise. It's happened a bunch of times. Let me show you. Batman Begins was a monster hit, so you'd assume the same actress would return for subsequent movies. But the horrible Katie Holmes, who played Rachel Dawes, was replaced by Maggie Gyllenhaal in the next Batman film. The reason? Christopher Nolan and Holmes herself both claim it was nothing acrimonious. They're probably lying. The first Iron Man movie features Terrence Howard in the role of Tony Stark's best friend, Colonel James Rhodey Rhodes. In the sequel, Howard is replaced by Don Cheadle. Howard, never one to hold back, aired his grievances in a Watch What Happens live interview. He claimed Iron Man himself, Robert Downey Jr., forced him out of the role. Quote, "When it was time to re-up for the second one, he took the money that was supposed to go to me, and he pushed me out." Poor guy. In the 2008 Incredible Hulk film, Edward Norton plays the title role. The great Edward Norton, one of my favorite actors. 4 years later, the disgusting Mark Ruffalo was cast as the Hulk in the Avengers movies and their assorted spin-offs and sequels. Norton's conflicts with Marvel and director Louis Leterrier are well documented and were likely the biggest reason for the switch. Later, Norton said it was because he didn't want to be associated with one larger-than-life character. Quote, "I think you can sort of do anything once, but if you do it too many times, it can become a suit that's hard to take off in other people's eyes." Ask Mark Hamill about that. Or Hugh Jackman. A character as towering and universally loved as Dumbledore would be impossible to replace. But that's exactly the position Harry Potter producers were in when Richard Harris, the original Dumbledore, passed away. Replacement Michael Gambon understood the gravity of the role, the potential consequences of the change, and what was needed to make that part successful. A beard. All I did was copy Richard, said Gambon. Jodie Foster won an Oscar and a permanent place in film history as the dogged FBI agent Clarice Starling in Silence of the Lambs. But when the sequel, Hannibal, was made a decade later, Julianne Moore was cast as Starling. The decision was all Foster's. Producers tried to woo her back to the role, but she had no desire to return, which is a shame because it was a pretty good movie. Julianne Moore did good though. Remember Claudia Wells, the charming young actress who plays Michael J. Fox's girlfriend, Jennifer, in Back to the Future? After the first movie, she seemingly disappears and is replaced by Karate Kid girlfriend Elizabeth Shue. The recast was Wells' choice, however. Her mother was battling lymphoma at the time, and she knew where her priorities were in the present. So as you can see, all of these actors are easily replaceable. Why, you can replace Harrison Ford, we already have, with Alden Ehrenreich. Of course, Alec Guinness is Obi-Wan Kenobi. Let's get Ewan McGregor in there. Princess Leia, let's replace her with an 8-bit depiction of Pauline from Donkey Kong. Luke Skywalker, a plank of wood will do. The only one that you cannot replace at all is Peter Mayhew as Chewbacca. I'm sorry. He is tied to the role. He's necessary. We're going to have to pay him whatever he wants. If you enjoyed this video, thank you so much. I appreciate your being here. Hit like, subscribe to this channel for more videos. Hit that bell for notifications. And we're going to wait and see. We're going to see if we can get that video reinstated. But if we can't, who cares? We're still going to rock and roll and have a good time. Thanks very much, everyone. Bye-bye.
Hey, want to follow me on Twitter? Okay, cool. I'm at Ethan Van Sciver. Talk to you there.
Show your friends you support independent comics while showing the world who you back in the fight against the swarm with the brand new Cyberfrog t-shirt from Crypto Fashion and Comic Artist Pro Secret. Sizes come in small to 5XL, and take your choice of colors between navy blue, white, and black. And if you haven't yet, go ahead and order the Fandom Menace, Go Get Daddy's Belt, Tico, and Soilo t-shirts as well. Link is below in the description. You're going to look great. People love these shirts. They fit wonderfully. Thank you very much. If you enjoyed this video and want to become part of this community, subscribe to this channel by clicking the Laughing Man face logo right on your screen. Ring the bell for notifications as well. You'll never miss a live chat. And stay tuned, another video by Comic Artist Pro Secrets is coming right up.